Hopefully my teleprompter works today. From the House of Songo, this is GayTopix, the only gay source for hot topics and gay news. Good afternoon. Today is September 11th, 2019. A moment of silence for those who lost their lives. First and foremost, I stand in solidarity with the victims and families who were impacted by that horrific act that occurred over 18 years ago. I feel your pain. We will never forget. My thoughts and prayers are with you all. In remembrance and honor to those 2,977 lives and counting lost on that tragic September morning in 2001, we are live on location at the 9/11 Memorial. The Freedom Tower and reflecting pools sit within the footprints where the World Trade Center once stood. The reflecting pools are each nearly an acre in size and feature the largest man-made waterfalls in North America. The names of every person who died in 2001 and the 1993 attacks are inscribed in bronze panels edging the memorial pools. A powerful reminder of the largest loss of life from a terrorist attack on American soil and the greatest loss of fire rescue personnel in American history. We shall never forget. I was headed to my .com company on the 22nd floor in Tower 1. I lived in Jersey City at the time, way before it became the second Wall Street. It would literally take me 8 minutes to go from Journal Square to the World Trade Center. As I was headed to work, the PATH train had serious delays, so the 8-minute trip took about 45 minutes. When I got to the World Trade Center, police and firefighters lined the platform 2 levels from the street underneath Tower 2, ushering the crowded train passengers out onto the street. When I reached the mezzanine, it was utter chaos and confusion. Cell phones were not working. People outside on the street didn't know what was happening. Debris and dust clouded the air. So I decided to look up, like so many others did on that morning, and was shocked to see a hole in the side of the building, with smoke and fire billowing out from a skyscraper. It was bad, and I didn't like crowds, so I started to walk away to find the nearest payphone to call home. When I heard the second plane hit the second tower, it sounded like the Concorde flying above head. When it hit the building, the ground shook like an earthquake. That's when people stampeded in a frantic dash to safety. I had walked 10 blocks north to Canal Street when people began running. I looked back in the distance and a huge cloud of fog lingered over the only one building left. The other had collapsed into the street in a pile of dust. I started running too, still not knowing what was happening and frantically trying to find my way back home across the Hudson River. I was so late for work and probably was going to be fired, I thought, as I continued to run north into the village. I finally found refuge inside Washington Mutual Bank on West 4th Street and was told of the terrorist attacks. As an Army sergeant, it was my duty to go back and help the injured. I'm gonna be honest with you though, I was scared shit, so I stayed and listened to the news coverage on the radio because all TV service ended once the building fell. The antenna was gone, so was cell service and television. The radio was the only way to find out what was happening. It was before Facebook, Instagram, and social media. I was stuck with nowhere to go or anyone to call or train service to get home. I waited until the bank closed. I knew I couldn't go home because they shut down the island of Manhattan. No one was able to go home or come inside, but we all had to get out. So then I went to Benny's Burrito in the West Village, sipping margaritas with other customers, crying as we listened on the radio. My brother told me later the next day, as he was leaving his job at Goldman Sachs, he was hit in the head with a human leg that came from the sky. 18 years and there still remains that have not been found. and first responders are still dying. Comedian Jon Stewart gave a tear-filled plea to Congress to pay those still dying from breathing in the toxic fumes. Congress passed and the victims are covered for life. September 11, 2001 is a day no one will ever forget. As of yesterday, New York City public schools are required by law to hold a moment of silence each year to honor the victims of this terrorist attack. The World Trade Center was only 24 years old before they disappeared in a cloud of dust. The two buildings had 102 stories, with the observation deck on the 103rd floor. The World Trade Center stood taller than the Empire State Building and Freedom Tower, which stands behind me. What were you doing on 9/11? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. I will now take a moment of silence and be back with GayTopix. It's Women Crush Wednesdays. Please comment and drop those emojis. Thanks for being here. I'm your host, Poppy Sungo, the only host to bring you the latest gay and lesbian headlines and breaking news. Let's get started. ABC recently announced last month that Queen Latifah will be starring in its live-action concert remake of Disney's The Little Mermaid. Joining Latifah in the stellar cast are R&B singer Shaggy, who plays Sebastian the Crab, Lulu Carlavo as Ariel, however you say her name, while Disney's live-action movie is set to start production in 2020. No official date has been released yet, but the roles have been cast. Beyonce protege and one half of the singing duo Chloe and Halle, and is the star of Freeform's Grownish, 90-year-old Halle Berry will play Ariel. After an extensive search, it was abundantly clear that Halle possesses the rare combination of spirit, heart, youth, innocence, and substance, plus a glorious voice and all intrinsic qualities necessary to play the iconic role, said the film director Rob Marshall. After Ariel's role was announced, the hashtag #NotMyAriel began circulating on Twitter. Freeform defending its network star in an open letter saying, "Poor unfortunate souls," end quote. Even the actress Jodie Benson, who voiced Ariel in the 1989 movie, defended Bailey. The most important thing to do is to tell the story. And yes, we have a family. We have raised our children and for ourselves that we don't see anything different on the outside, Benson said during a July fan convention. From The Princess and the Frog to Brandy playing Cinderella, a black princess is long overdue, a spokeswoman for Disney confirmed. Disney is the parent company ABC. One Direction singer is in talks to play Prince Eric opposite Bailey. Melissa McCarthy is set to play Ursula, while Awkwafina and Jacob Tremblay are negotiating to play Flounder and Scuttle. Lesbian fans wanted Lizzo to play Ursula, and she had been eyeing the role for Ursula for over a year now. She tweeted in an audition tape last October. There's even a video of herself dressed as a sea witch. When McCarthy's name was announced by Variety, Lizzo responded only with a sad face. She's not sad anymore with the #1 song on the Billboard charts. Okay. Hamilton creator and actor of Mary Poppins remake, Lin-Manuel Miranda, will write the music for the new movie. Who do you think should play Ursula? Melissa, Lizzo, or Queen Latifah? Please comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. You're gonna love this one. RuPaul's Drag Race star Farrah Moan is accusing Ariana Grande for stealing her looks. On Monday, September 2nd, Grande filed a $10 million lawsuit against Forever 21. The millennial-loved brand launched a social media campaign that resembled her music video, having a look-alike model with Grande's signature ponytail. Grande sued, claiming in a lawsuit that her name, image, and likeness, and brand, and music were used to sell the brand's clothing. Forever 21 has yet to respond to the IAB. Wait for the tea, honey. RuPaul's Drag Race star Farrah Moan took to social media on September 4th to claim the pop star's designer used her look as inspiration for the video. In other words, Ariana Grande stole the look from Farrah Moan before Forever 21 stole it from Grande. You didn't know that, T-bitch. Moan posted the looks side by side, and yes, they are very similar, along with the photos. Moan tweeted, Ariana should give me a cut of the $10 million since her team literally sent my pic to her designer and copied my look. Do you think Farrah Moan has a case? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. You really can't see my face. Speaking of drag queens, drag queen makeup lines and collaborations are all the rage these days. And a few queens paint their mugs like Alyssa Edwards. So for Anastasia Beverly Hills, the beauty brand who provides each drag queen winner with a year's supply of makeup, Alyssa is the first drag queen to represent the line of makeup. She is the face of their limited edition eyeshadow palette featuring all her favorite shades. I don't get cute, I get drop dead gorgeous. And now you can too, Edwards said in the palette's press release. Which drag queen paints their face the best of all seasons? Comment below. I think Nina Flowers takes the cake, but comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. A queen who couldn't paint her face was RuPaul Drag Race Season 4 loser, Willam. She became the first and only queen to ever be disqualified from the Emmy-winning reality show. At least she wasn't blacklisted like me and still getting reported. Damn these haters. Willam recently spoke about the shocking disqualification to Saturday Night Live's Leslie Jones in a Twitter convo. She told Leslie in great detail why she was eliminated. Here's what went down. Willam starts the story at episode 1. Allegedly, when Willam asked if she could have another go at her entrance like Sharon Needles, the production pulled me aside and told me I wasn't in charge and told me I needed to get out of my head. Willam also writes the contestants were instructed not to make eye contact or engage in conversation with RuPaul. Willam also tells of a time when a production assistant flirted with her in Kenya and reportedly grabbed her ass. Wait, there's more. She then addresses the second episode and her frustrations with the production team. She explains how they emotionally exploited Jiggly Caliente on the anniversary of her mom's passing. She also writes that production never gave them the things they asked for and provided money for hand sanitizer and, in her own words, weed. So the girls went and got the stuff for themselves, even though they were supposed to be sequestered. The third part continues Willem's exasperation at the production. Allegedly, a handler was only given $75 to feed 12 men, though they didn't have provided food for their dietary needs. Willem also writes that she, Chad, and Latrice yelled at the production for not knowing their names and treating them like shit. Willem specifically calls out someone named Heather. She even goes further. The fourth and final part details more ways Willem disobeyed the production rules, which is the only reason why RuPaul gave for disqualifying her. What do you think about Willem's rant? Follow her on Twitter at Willem to find out all the tea. If anyone was suited to play an exotic dancer in the film Hustlers, it was Cardi B. That's because the rapper was a popular stripper in New York City, in Bronx, New York City, before she burst onto the rap scene. But according to Cardi, she couldn't give it all her all on the pole while filming because she had just had breast augmentation and liposuction. So I was like, this is my moment to shine, and I can't shine because I can't climb. So I was mad. Cardi B tweeted. The Bronx native didn't love not being able to give her all for stripping on the big screen. But she allegedly had high praise from both Lopez and Keke Palmer. The movie also stars Jennifer Lopez, Constance Wu, Keke Palmer, Lily Reinhart, and singer Lizzo. Hustlers dances into theaters this Friday, September 13th. Don't miss it. Looks like it's going to be a good one. What are your thoughts about the movie Hustler? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. Freedom Tower looks good. You're going to love this one. The Duchess of Sussex, or Princess Markle, can now add editor to her growing list of titles. She is the guest editor of this September's Vogue issue, out on stands now. Meghan will be writing an opinion piece of her own, as well as bringing a selection of female change makers to write their own personal essay. Get this, the actual cover reads, Faces of Change, edited by Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan was spotted on Saturday cheering her longtime BFF, Serena Williams, at the US Open. She sat behind Vogue editor-in-charge Anna Wintour. Another title to her long list is Jinx. Of all 3 games she attended cheering on Serena, Serena actually lost. You think she's a jinx? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. Meghan also has been dubbed the new title, Duchess Difficult, by palace insiders as her demands became too much for her aides. The Duchess has been the center of rumors about her directorial behavior and 5 a.m. emails, with yet another personal aide quitting. Meghan refused to wear a crown picked by the monarch at her May wedding. She has not kept with royal tradition by crossing her legs when she sits. Her personal aide, Samantha Cohen, quit after revealing Her demands were too much to bear. She also declined the media taking pics of her baby after giving birth, like Kate and Princess Diana did with all their children before. The Duchess wanted to have a natural birth at home in privacy. Instead, she waited 3 days to show the world her son, Instead, she waited 3 days to show the world her son, Prince Archie. She also declined moving into Kensington Palace, instead moving with Harry and her mother into Frogmore Cottage in Windsor. However, a friend close to the couple claimed the decision to move may be because a rift is developing between the two couples. It is highly rumored that Kate and Meghan haven't gotten along ever since Meghan made Kate's daughter, Princess Charlotte, cry over her bridesmaid's dress. What Meghan wants, Meghan gets, a Kensington Palace spokeswoman said. Do you think Meghan Markle is a diva? Do you think she has every right to be a diva? Comment below, #GayTopix. Meanwhile, the royals are slated to tour Africa with Prince Archie starting September 23rd in Cape Town, Africa. This will be the royals' first trip as a family. The visit will serve as an opportunity for the Duke and Duchess to highlight many of their causes that they have been involved with for years. But it will also demonstrate a modern UK-Africa partnership in action. Which royal couple do you like the most? Kate or Meghan? Comment below, #GayTopix. Last week, Nicki Minaj retired from music, and it sent her fans in a panic. I've decided to retire and have a family. I know you guys are happy now, the 36-year-old Starships rapper tweeted. She plans to discuss her retirement on an upcoming episode of Queen Radio. However, just a day after her tweet of retirement went viral, Nicki was forced to apologize. I'm still right here, still madly in love with you guys, and you know that. In hindsight, this should be a topic for Queen Radio and a discussion for Queen Radio, and it will be. No guests, just us talking about everything. The tweet was abrupt and insensitive, and I apologize. Her apology comes after a fan asked her to address the retirement thing. You never left us hurt so much your entire career, the fan tweeted. Fellow rappers 50 Cent and Queen Latifah appear to share the same sentiment as Nicki fans, who have been pleading with her to take a break from rap rather than retiring for good. Here's the tea. She has just 75 days to marry her boyfriend, Kenneth Petty, to have a family. Otherwise, she will be forced to renew her marriage license, or the proposal will be null and void. So she got to move. 75 days is quick. Personally, I think she's just too frustrated with competing with newcomer Cardi B. Fans shouted for Cardi at 2 of Nicki's concerts, after which she allegedly canceled the rest of her tour over technical issues. A month before Nicki's retirement was announced on Twitter, Cardi B had officially sold 180 million records worldwide. She is the most successful female rapper 3 years in a row, something Nicki has yet to do. Are you Team Cardi or Team Nicki? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. Chrissy Teigen is trending after Donald Trump referred to her as John Legend's filthy-mouthed wife. Trump appeared to be upset that he and fellow Republicans were not given enough credit for help passing the criminal justice reform, also known as the First Step Act. On NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, and he chose to hit out against the EGOT winner, singer, and his wife, a model and TV presenter. But now that it has passed, people that had virtually nothing to do with it are taking the praise. Guys like born musician John Legend and his filthy-mouthed wife are talking now about how great it is. But I didn't see them around when we needed help getting the bill passed, Trump said. Oh, it's not over. Teigen responded to Trump's outburst via Twitter, referencing her daughter. Luna, remember the night before your first day of school when mommy was making your sign and the pussy-ass bitch president had his ninth meltdown of the day? Teigen wrote. The absolute best part of his tweet is I literally didn't speak in special, nor was he mentioned. I'm cackling at the pointless addition made of me and cannot be a bitch, she added. Teigen then stated and started a campaign to get President Pussy hashtag President Pussy. Hold on. Teigen then started a campaign to get hashtag President Pussy ass bitch trending on Twitter. What are your thoughts about Trump bullying yet another woman? Seems like he's always going after women. I don't understand. Comment below, hashtag GayTopix. Speaking of hustlers and Jennifer Lopez, allegedly she is in talks to host the Super Bowl this February. She's been ongoing in talks in pursuit of actually hosting the Miami halftime show this February. She has turned down repeated requests to perform in the past out of solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. She and Rihanna are competing for the covenant spot. Let's see what new owner Jay-Z has to say about it. Who do you think should perform at the Super Bowl, Rihanna or J-Lo? Comment below. Hashtag GayTopix. Hold on, okay? That's it for GayTopix on Women Crush Wednesday, where we talk about women who influence the gay community and everything drag. I'm going to take you on a tour of the Freedom Tower, which stands right behind me, and show you the reflecting pools. If you go to the beginning of this video, you'll actually hear the history about the Freedom Tower and the World Trade Center, which stood before it. So as I dismount, just stay tuned as I take you on this virtual tour. Tomorrow is Throwback Thursdays, where we throw everything back for Hollywood. Everything back in the day, Hollywood. I'm there to report it. Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, which I was actually dubbed when I won my award for Entertainer of the Year 2012. They call me the Joan Crawford of porn. I still laugh at that. But at least they weren't blocking me back then. I was a star. I don't know what's going on now. But we'll talk more about that on Freaky Fridays, where everything porn on Fridays. As I said earlier, and I commented on my Facebook, I'm blocked from reporting live on my actual page, so I'm doing it here. No one is going to stop me. No one. They know I got something to say. That's why they're coming after me. And, you know, because they're coming after me so often and so hard, you know the tea is good. So as I said yesterday, have a seat and take a sip, bitch. Hold on while I dismount. You are so sexy. They stay hating on you, Poppy. So as you can see, that is the Freedom Tower. It stands 1,776 feet tall. But that's actually not what makes it tall. The spear on top makes it tall. So it's actually not the tallest building in the world. We're on our way to the reflecting pools. It's pretty crowded and I have a backpack. I'm not sure if they're gonna let me in, but we'll see what happens. I made a promise. As I said in my first episode, damn, the sun is in my eyes. Oh shit, my glasses. I gotta go back. As I said in my first episode, you kind of think of my show as like ABC Eyewitness News and Wendy Williams. You know, and every reporter, dedicated reporter, reports live on location every single day, rain, sleet, or snow. And I intend to do the same. Even though I may be blocked or whatever, I intend to do the same. I'm not gonna shut up. Because like I said, it's like they're trying to stop me because they know I got good information. And I never signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm free to talk whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And nobody's going to stop me. These are cute. Every day live at 3 p.m. I will report live. I don't give a fuck what platform I'm blocked from. I'm still going to report. That's why you should subscribe to my YouTube channel at GayTopix. Everything is there in case you don't see me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You can actually follow me in those places as well. I looked yesterday and I don't have no followers on Twitter. What's that about? At GayTopix. Hashtag GayTopix. I'm going to turn the camera around so we can see, okay? It's so beautiful. That is the Oculus. The reason why it's shaped like that and white is because it resembles a dove. And in the summertime, the roof actually opens to show freedom. And all the people who lost their lives on that tragic day, you know how they release doves into the air when someone passes? This kind of resembles that. We're gonna go inside there later, but I want to show you the reflecting pools. Again, they stand in the footprints of where the actual World Trade Center once stood. It is the largest man-made waterfalls in North America. I think this is where Tower 1 was. It's crowded because people are here and paying their respects. As you can see, there's like photos aligning everyone's singles name from the ceremony this morning. I can't get a better look, but I'm gonna find so I can get close. So you see people left flowers. I kind of get scared coming over here because I feel like ghosts and stuff like that are like still lingering around. As I said, to this day, there's still people's bodies who have not been recovered. It's really, really a beautiful sight. Again, this is Tower 1. Yes.
Are you like a blogger or something?
Yes, I am.
Can I interview you?
Sure.
My name's Teresa. I'm a reporter at the Community Journalism School.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay. Hold on, fellas. I'm actually being interviewed right now.
Sorry. So can I get this will be quick too. Can I get your first and last name?
Kenny.
Kenny.
Cruz, C-R-U-Z.
C-R-U-Z. Can I just get an email or a phone number for you?
Kenny Cruz, 01 at yahoo.com.
Yeah. Okay, so can I just ask you, like, so what kind of blogging do you do, and why did you decide to, like, come here on this day and blog about this?
Well, I was actually impacted on 9/11 itself. I was actually coming to work on a PATH train when the first plane hit.
Wow.
And so when we got off the train, they were ushering everybody out onto the street.
And so you're a regular.
Yes, I'm a New Yorker. Yes.
Yeah, and so you are kind of regularly vlogging, would you say, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and so
every day.
Every day, right?
Yes.
You like have a channel. And
yes, every day.
What is your
It's called GayTopix.
GayTopix. I love it.
Because I talk everything gay. Nice. You know, because I watch various talk shows and realize that they don't really talk about gay celebrities.
Yeah, definitely.
So being gay myself, I figured that would be a perfect opportunity for me to, you know, get myself mainstream.
Yeah, definitely. And so one of the things we're talking to you about today is like tourists on 9/11 in this area. Do you think it's like, as someone who was impacted, who was there on the day,
yes.
do you think it's good for tourists to come and kind of see this, or would you rather it be restricted to New Yorkers as like a mourning thing? What are your kind of thoughts?
Well, the mourning part is already done with the ceremony each year. And just yesterday, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but New York City now has a law where public schools have to, every single year, take a moment of silence to remember the victims.
Yeah.
So just by doing that, I think it's honoring the 2,977 people who died, and still counting.
Yeah. So what do you would you encourage tourists to come here?
Yes, because this is a beautiful site. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was like, wow, it took forever to make, but it's actually a beautiful. It says a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And it definitely reflects the loss of life and rescue personnel that were, that died on that day, and it's just so beautiful and moving.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that before you interrupted me that
sorry.
It's okay, that every time I'm around this area, I feel like ghosts are still here of the victims, because there's still body parts and people's remains that haven't been found.
Yeah. And so, just a few more thoughts. I talked to someone today, someone who's actually Mennonite, and they come here every year and hand out religious literature. And he's been doing that for 5 years. And something he said was kind of interesting, is that he feels like the atmosphere has become a lot less emotional. Like in earlier days, you would see people crying and people really.
Yes.
And he said, he was like, I don't see that as much. It feels like maybe more kind of like touristy, I guess.
Yes.
Do you see that? Do you feel that?
I guess, yeah, in a sense, yeah, I can agree, but that's why they still have the ceremony each year and say each of the person's names who died,
Yeah.
So I think that in itself is the,
is like an institutional.
That's
way.
right. That's right.
Awesome. Well, I mean, unless you have any other thoughts, I guess maybe do you vlog on this channel every year, or do you come on 9/11 every year?
Well, this is actually my first time blogging.
Oh,
yes.
Year. Okay.
But I do come here every year to pay respects. As a New Yorker, I feel it necessary to actually pay respects to those who lost their lives.
Definitely.
Because there are literally people jumping from the building,
Right.
because they couldn't get out, and it's just really horrible.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever? And this is just, I don't want this to seem like I'm trying to hear something I want to hear, but something where have you ever seen tourists, how do you feel when tourists take selfies, or kind of have you ever seen someone do something that you thought was disrespectful?
To the site?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
That's good.
I think if they take selfies like everybody's here now doing, it shows that they're impacted as well. Not just New Yorkers, I think the entire world was impacted by this, because it is the largest loss of life and rescue personnel, in American history,
Yeah.
and it should be remembered by everyone, not just New Yorkers,
Well, so actually, this is actually my last question.
Okay.
Keep talking. What is it like for you, as someone who is here and was impacted, to have your kind of this kind of personal local tragedy? Obviously, to have that not become a national tragedy, because obviously it was from the minute it happened. But
yes.
What is it like to have such a personal experience nationalized in such a big way?
Well, being that I was there on the day, I feel personally impacted myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was there.
Right.
And I had to go through it, So I understand what everyone else is feeling, like the victim. So I'm in pain with them, in solidarity with them,
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Thank you. And so I guess just logistics. Do you live in Jersey? Or?
I live in Harlem.
In Harlem, okay.
But at the time, I lived in Jersey.
Okay, gotcha. In Jersey City? Or?
Yes, Jersey City. In Journal Square.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No worries, anytime. Thank you. I had fun. Wow, I actually got interviewed. I actually got interviewed. That's funny. I'm going to take you to the reflecting pool for Tower 2. This is GayTopix. Remember, you're always in a mix with GayTopix. Hashtag and comment below. Normally what I do after I finish talking about my celebrities and topics and gossip, I do Ask Poppy. But nobody's asking me any questions. So I'll just continue my tour and then end it after that. I made a promise, and my promise, my microphone, I don't know if you can hear me. I made a promise, and I'm not going to let go of my promise. I'm tired of these people destroying my likeness and brand and personality. I'm actually a really cool person, very sweet, down to earth, and humble. And more importantly, I'm older than most of them, unlike what my dating profile says on Facebook. But that's why I created this second page, because I had to rule out from being blocked and stuff like that from everyone. But I didn't think that it would actually, you know, when you're doing an actual page to promote and get advertising, I didn't know that, you know, you would be blocked from that. And then there's this whole rights issue. I'm a news personality. I'm just reporting what I see, you know. And I'm quoting what people are actually saying, you know. And it's just utterly sad that people literally have no fucking life. They're going to stand there and try to stop me from shining. It's not going to happen. No, sir. Okay. Hot as fuck. See people's names. These are every one of the lives lost in the 1993 attacks and the 2001 attacks. So people left flowers there this morning at the ceremony. This is Tower 2. It kind of just makes you just want to stand here and cry, you know. It's just so beautiful. And then you just can't help but think about all those people who died, you know. It's really beautiful. So, you know, at night, tonight when the sun goes down, the beams of light will shine in observance and remembrance of all those people who died. I think those beams of light should be forever, but Con Edison, you know, the air electricity is expensive as fuck. and the city can't get on an agreement like everybody else to pay their bill. So the beams of light only shine now on September 11th itself. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. What do the actual colors of the roses mean? Like, what's a yellow rose? And what's a pink rose? What do they actually mean? Like, because I see yellow roses, white roses, pink roses. Comment below and let me know, because I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused. I'm not finished with my tour yet. This side is going to make you cry. So I'm actually leaving the World Trade Center now, but this side is really going to make you cry. Again, I stand in solidarity with the victims and people impacted by the tragic events on September 11th. I feel your pain. I'm actually starting to cry right now. I feel so bad for them, you know? Because it's like they're going to work and then they don't come home. I don't have anybody come home too, but I don't know. I would want to go to work and want to come back home, you know? Okay, oh, shit. I'm glad I'm wearing glasses. You can't see. But I'm going to flip the camera over. Shit. Each one of those flags represents a firefighter who died on September 11th from this station. This is Ladder Company 1. As you can see, it's literally directly across the street. And they were the first ones to arrive on scene and the first to lose most of their men on that tragic event.
Good for you. I took a year off.
4 days later.
I think firefighters are so sexy. Can wear your gear and stuff. See, the media is here too. So as I stand in back of Eyewitness News, my favorite, I love that team so much. They inspired me to do this. Anyway, as I show you everything, I think that's it for today. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for following me. Thank you for not reporting me. Thank you for listening. And I should really hope that you enjoyed my show today. Hashtag GayTopix. And remember, you're always in the mix with GayTopix. I'm your host, Papi Songo. We shall never forget. Take a moment of silence to remember those victims. Until then, have a blessed day. See you tomorrow at 3.